Hi everyone, it's Gary Nicholson here for weatherweb.net. This is the look ahead video today on Thursday the 1st of October. Just a glance again at the satellite picture. This is the picture across Europe as a whole then later on this Friday afternoon. You can see the extensive clear skies by afternoon across Britain, across France, Germany, the Low Countries as well. Notice the area of cloud though in the Mediterranean. This has been bringing some heavy falls of rain across Italy, Corsica and Sardinia over the last day or so and will continue into Friday and Saturday as low pressure stays within this region. Just looking ahead with the pattern towards days 7 to 10, this is then the pattern for around the 10th, 11th of October, so the following weekend from now. And a little bit of agreement between the two various models, European and GFS models here, in that we've got lower than normal heights out towards the west, so troughing and low pressure in this sort of zone here. Some agreement on the two models today, a little bit more than there was yesterday on these. High pressure though is away towards the north over Scandinavia, towards the northeast of Britain. This may yet still have some influence on our weather patterns. Interesting to see whether that area of low pressure becomes cut off more towards the south and then gets stuck there rather than making progress further eastwards by this time. In the shorter term though, and over the other side of the Atlantic, we've got Hurricane Joaquin, which is centred out over the Bahamas, and this currently a Category 3 storm expected to go to Category 4 in the next 24 hours, so a major hurricane in this region, bringing damaging conditions to that area. If we just run through the model sequence, this is off the GFS operational model, so there will be some variations in the forecast. This just running through then through into Friday and skipping that on slowly into Saturday. The storm not moving too far from that region at this stage, but notice the rain spreading into the eastern side of the United States. Some very heavy falls of rain tied in with this system, even if not directly from the main storm itself, and that continuing through the weekend. This is through into Sunday now, and that storm system, the main eye of the storm, looking likely to be more in the Atlantic, but still that rain affecting eastern regions. We'll be talking around 10 inches of rain over some of those easternmost states. Now towards Monday, this chart now, that hurricane probably transitioning into a tropical storm or ex-hurricane as it moves towards northeastern Canada. Again, some variations in the forecast are likely. And then that storm probably going to be picked up by the jet stream and tracking into the North Atlantic. You can see the low pressure there, forming more of a typical frontal low with the cold front extending southwards from it. And by around Wednesday of next week, just disappearing off the map towards the north as it transitions into an area of low pressure in the middle North Atlantic. That may then have some influence on our weather patterns towards the end of next week, hence some of the complications we're having at the moment, knowing which way the story is going to go. And we can sort of see that looking at these charts. This is the European ECMWF operational run. This is starting off with the current time, so high pressure broadly across the British Isles. We're looking widely at Europe and the North Atlantic here. We run that through a few days, so going to the weekend beyond. This is now up until around the 4th, 5th of October. Little area of low pressure skirting up from the south as we're forecasting the rain coming in by early next week. Moving further forwards then, at this stage that former hurricane not really on the charts at this point. I think it's the next system appearing off the states here. This is towards the 8th, so this is really next Thursday, and that's the low then in the mid-Atlantic, just north of the Azores there, and tracking gradually into a larger low to the south of Greenland. And it's the developments of that system then becomes the tricky one towards the weekend. Here's the 11th of October, so a long way off really before that storm has any influence on the British Isles, but it's that area of low pressure just to the west of Ireland that the European run at the moment is picking up on. And just to compare with how the GFS model shows things, running through from the current time, we'll skip forwards over the next few days ahead. Here's Friday through into Saturday and Sunday. There's the low coming into the southwestern approaches on Sunday evening, then that's going to bring some rain and strong winds to Ireland and up the Irish Sea. The risk of gales in these areas, just moving that through into Tuesday. Further rain looking likely across those western areas, spreading slowly eastwards, but eastern parts of Britain could be quite warm with that flow from the south. Let's have a look for that tropical storm developing. I think it's the one there off northeast Canada on this chart through the middle part of the week on the GFS and sweeping into the North Atlantic around Thursday, so a little bit quicker than maybe the European was suggesting. That system somewhere in the mid-Atlantic is the remnants of that tropical storm. And the GFS a bit keener to keep us in a westerly flow, and it may be a trait of that model that it does tend to push westerlies a bit more across the country, so it doesn't quite get us blocked out as much. So a little bit sceptical whether that's quite the way the story will go at this stage. We'll keep an eye on the details of that one. But that's your very latest for today here at weatherweb.net. Thanks for watching and bye for now.